will be talking about how to formulate a linear programming problem. We all know that why do we need operations research? We need operations research so that you can optimize any situation, any problem, so that if I say in a layman's language, we can maximize the profit that would be incurred, and we can minimize the loss. Just in a layman's language, we will be requiring optimization everywhere. In every field, we do actually optimize knowingly or unknowingly. So that's a very vital part of our day-to-day life. Formally, we will be talking about optimization, and here we are going to start with a linear programming problem. I'll tell you why it is called a linear programming problem once we are doing one or two problems at the very beginning. Now, as you can see, I have written a problem for you. It says that a television company has to decide on the number of 36 and 42 inch sets to be produced at one of the factories. Market research indicates that at most 40 of the 36 inch set and 10 of the 42 inch set can be sold per month. The maximum number of work hours available is 500 per month. So what are important is we have two category of television sets. 36 inch set and 42 inch set. What else? The market research indicates that at most 40 of the 36 inch set and 10 of the 42 inch set can be sold per month. The maximum number of work hour available is 500 per month, and a 36 inch set requires 20 work hours. That's also important, whereas a 42 inch set requires 10 work hours. And each 36 inch set produces a profit of rupees 1200, and 42 inch set produces a profit of rupees 800. So we need to have a decision that how many of those 36 and 42 inch set can be produced so that we can have a maximum profit. So without much deliberation, since the number of those television sets are not known to us, so we can assume that there can be X number of 36 inch set and there can be Y number of 42 inch set. I think you all had learned the basic of linear programming problem in your 11th or 12th standard. Do all of you know about linear programming problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
अब ये हरा रंग डाला कहाँ से आ रहा है? Achha, it was not in ICSE. Fine. I'll be starting from the very beginning. Don't worry. Please mute yourself so that we have lesser disturbances. Please mute yourself. Whenever you have a question, you unmute yourself and ask me out. Otherwise, ये हरा रंग डाला अगर अचानक सुनने में आ जाए तो थोड़ा mind diverted हो जाता है. मेरा भी नहीं, सबका ही हो जाता है. Anyway, so this is what we can assume. Now, what is given to us is, see, the second line says the market research indicates that at most 40 of the 36 inch set can be sold per month. So with the help of this statement, can I have an inequality like X less than equal to 40? Am I correct with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you are given that 10 of the 42 inch set can be sold per month. That implies Y would be less than equal to 10. Are we good till this?
Yes,
Are we good till this? Achha, what else? Can you tell me what else inequality or equality can be figured out from the next statement?
Ma'am, 20x plus 10y is equals to 500. Less than equal to 500.
Plus 10y less than equal to 500. Perfect. Anything else?
1200x plus 800y maximize.
That implies we need to, if I write it at the top, that is what we are required to do. We can write maximize the profit, which would be 1200x plus 800y. Are we okay with this? Are we okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Achha.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, these X and Y are the number of television sets. So X and Y, can they be negative?
No,
Can
greater
X
than
and Y be negative? So obviously, X and Y have to be two non-negative values.
Yes.
Are we okay with this formulation? So what we
Yes, ma'am.
actually did is we formatted the given statements into some mathematical inequalities. Are we okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we need to maximize 1200x plus 800y. Let that be equal to z. We are just making the sum 1200x plus 800y equal to z, which is what we are required to maximize. Now, see, this problem is restricted to two dimensions, x and y. It's restricted in R2 only. Am I right? Only the x and y axis are into it. So what we can do is, this is our x axis and this is our y axis. Okay. Are we okay with this? Are we okay with
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
We are basically, see, had there been three variables involved, then having a graphical representation would have been difficult. But since here we are dealing with two dimensions only, so the same problem can also be represented graphically. So this is our x and this is our y. This would be, if I convert this inequality to an equation. So actually this is the line corresponding to x equal to 40. If I try to have a different color to make you understand, this is equal to 40. Acha. This is equal to 10 and this is the line. We can actually convert this inequality to an equation that would be 20x plus 10y equal to 500. Then if you convert it to an intercept form, that is x by 500 by 20 plus y by 500 by 10 equal to 1, then drawing the lines would be much easier. It's x by 25 plus y by 50 equal to 1. So we can say that this is the line that would correspond to, this is not the, I don't have the exact graph with me. So this is kind of more or less what I visualize the structure should be. So this is the line which is 20x plus 10y equal to 500. Correct? Are we okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So the lines, this is going to be 0, 15. Correct? And if I find out the point of intersection of 20x plus 10y equal to 500 and y equal to 10, can you tell me what about this point, the coordinate of this point? This would be
20, 10.
What about the coordinate of this point? This one. This one. This would be
25,
0,50.
20.
10,0.
20,0.
25, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is as we know, this is 0, 10, right? I hope I am clear till this.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope I'm clear till this. Fantastic. Now, if I further consider the inequalities that are present, x less than equal to 40 would imply which region? It would imply
Between
this,
0 and 40.
exactly. It would imply this region. Fantastic. Y less than 10 would imply which region?
Between 0 and 10. The lower
This region. This region. Correct? Acha. What would the region? What would the region that would be defined by 20x plus 10y less than equal to 500?
The triangle.
That
That
implies
triangle. The triangle.
exactly. That implies, if we try to replace, the easiest way out is if I try to replace this x and y by the origin, it's actually 20x plus 10y less than equal to 500. So if I replace x and y by the origin 0, 0, it is satisfied. That implies the required region would be towards the origin. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And
Yes, ma'am.
since x and y are both non-negative in nature, so we are interested only in the first coordinate and nowhere else. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, which is the region that is being satisfied by all the three inequalities?
The trapezium.
Trapezium.
The trapezium.
Exactly. That implies, if I use a color, this is the region that is being satisfied by all the constraints
Yes, ma'am.
or all the inequalities. So this is the basic region where we are interested in. Now, we have certain theorems which I'll be posting in the Google Classroom as reading materials, which actually say that we are actually getting a polygon. We are actually getting a polygon that is being satisfied by all the inequalities. And there's a theorem that says that whether the maxima or the minima is going to lie only at the corner points of the polygons. Could you hear me out? What I'm trying to say is, I'll be posting the corresponding proof and reading materials in the Google Classroom. You can see it once you have enough time. You will see that either the maxima or the minima will only lie at the corner points of the given polygon. That implies, if I now figure out the corner points, the possible corner points are, one is 0, 10, the other is 20, 10, next is 25, 0, and the other is 0, 0. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now, your job is basic. And what are we required to do? We are required to maximize this function. That implies what we are actually going to do is, we are going to replace x and y with each of these four options and find out at which option z is giving us the maximum value. Now you tell me, what would Z be at the point 0, 10?
$8,000.
8,000.
8,000. Fantastic. What would Z be at the point 20, 10?
32,000.
1,000. What about Z? What about Z at 25, 0?
30,000.
30,000.
And of course, we need not check at the fourth option because at the origin Z would be 0. So what we can see is among the 4 options, we are getting the maximum value of Z at 2010, right? So we can say that the optimal solution is given by is at 2010, and Z max would be equal to 32,000 rupees. The denomination that is over here, and the value will be 32,000. Am I clear with the problem?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yes,
Now-
ma'am.
Fantastic. Now tell me, there's another problem given to you. Can you just tell me how to formulate this given statement to a linear program, to a problem? Forget about linear programming. Can you tell me how to formulate this one to some mathematical equations? We can assume that, acha, is the font size okay with you? Is the font size okay with you? It's
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
fantastic. And listen, some of you already have done my class. Some of you are new to me. For CSA, I haven't taken any classes earlier. I expect you all to take a running note of the class, because see, I am writing down everything for you the way I used to do in the blackboard. So please take a running note of the class. I will be uploading the lecture in the classroom, but once I finish off a considerable portion, I'll be uploading the lecture as a whole. Am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Once I finish off a particular module or a particular section, I'll be uploading the entire material as a whole. But don't expect me to upload material after every class. Because see, I am not sharing any screen. I am writing down everything for you. I expect you guys to sit with a pen and paper and write down and do the problem as I'm doing in the class. Well, so we can assume that there are 2 lines. Am I right?
Excuse me,
Can I
ma'am.
assume-
I was having a doubt that the first line produces model 1 and second line produces model 2 radios only. Like in the second line of the problem statement, they are using the nomenclature line, and after that they are using model in the nomenclature.
Yeah, exactly. But they are the same.
Thank
They are
you,
the
ma'am.
same. They are the same. They are the same. First line implies model 1 and second line implies model 2. Correct, you are.
Ma'am, done with the formulation. We will take number of model 1 as x and number of model 2 as y, and x will be
Just X is the first line or model 1 as you were saying, and Y is the second line or model 2 as you are saying. So what are we required to? Are we required to maximize something or minimize something? This being a profit problem, we are
Maximize
required
the
to
profit.
maximize the profit. Right. So we can say that max the Z equal to, yes,
500x plus 400y.
what are the conditions that are going to come beneath?
x less than equal to
X will be less than or equal to 60 and y will be less than or equal to 75.
X greater than
less
equal
than
to 0.
equal to 60 as you were saying, y less than equal to 75 as you were saying, and what else?
X greater than
10x plus 8y
equal-
less than equal to 800.
X plus 8y less than equal to 800. Anything else? Anything else?
X and Y greater than equal to 0.
X and Y greater than 0.
Y greater than equal to 0. Perfect. Again, this problem being a two-dimensional one, I think you will be able to have a graphical representation of this one as well.
Ma'am, is the graphical
Yes,
representation mandatory?
If you don't have the graphical representation, will you be able to find out the value of X and Y that is going to maximize the profit? So far, do you have any other way out of finding the maximum profit if you don't have the graphical representation? Tell me.
No, ma'am.
So far, what we can apprehend is the graphical method is the easiest way out of giving a solution to the given system. Do you all agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
Yes,
see, we
ma'am.
are restricted to 2 dimensions only. Now, had there been 3 variables, 4 variables, then we have to think of some other way out, isn't it? But since we are restricted to only 2 dimensions, I think graphical representation is the easiest one. So can you have a quickly graphical representation of the corresponding problem and give me the answer? Do we have the graph kind of this one? This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. You know, this is not perfect, I know, but somewhat this one. Are we going to have?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is the region, can you tell me, that is being satisfied by all the constraints together? This one would be x equal to 60 and this one would be y equal to 75. Am I right? And
Yes, ma'am.
this one would be 10x plus 8y equal to 800.
Ma'am, the largest pentagon kind of shape.
And the pentagon shape.
That implies this one. Am I right? Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what are the endpoints? What are the endpoints? This is 0, 0. There's no point checking at 0, 0.
There is
What about
0,
this
comma
point?
75,
60, 0.
60, comma 0.
0. This is
0,
0,
0, comma
75.
75.
Then what about this point?
Ma'am, 20, 75.
20, comma 75.
60, 25.
60, 25.
This 27, is this 2075?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
And this one would be?
60, 25.
Now see, one thing we are very much sure of, if a corner point is farthest from the origin and we are going to maximize the given problem, then definitely we are going to check at that point first. Am I right? The further a corner point is away from the origin, the higher the value it is going to give for a maximization type of a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it? Am I able to make myself clear with this, what I'm trying
Yes,
to
ma'am.
say? Isn't it?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
further you are moving away from the origin, the higher value you are supposed to get.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we need to basically do is we need to see only at 20, 75 and 60, 25, right? Because they are apparently farthest from the origin. So what's your answer? What's your answer?
Ma'am, both, because it's coming 40,000.
40,000.
We are getting the same value at both the points.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone will do.
Yes.
Now, if I talk about this line, you know, z equal to 500x plus 400y. You know, here z can take any value, and for different values of z, we will actually be getting a family of straight lines. Agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Ma'am, could you repeat?
What I'm saying is this is what we are required to maximize z equal to 500x plus 400y. Isn't it?
Hmm.
What I'm trying to say is, for different values of z, we should be getting a family of straight lines.
Yes. Yeah.
Let z is equal to what is the say 2000, right? Suppose z is equal to 2000. Then what about this line in intercept form? We would be getting x by
X by 4 plus Y by 5.
equal to 1. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That implies, please pardon, because this line won't be straight. It would, you know, somewhat be like this. It would somewhat be like this. Yeah, kind of like this. Correct? So this is actually our profit line. Right? Any doubt as of now? If you have, please do let me know. If you have, do let me know. We are putting z an arbitrary value, that is 2000, and we are drawing a line in intercept form. That is, this is the profit line which is drawn taking z is equal to 2000. Am I okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Achha, fine. Yes, tell me. What actually we did is, we put z any arbitrary value, which which is a multiple of 500 and 400 both, so that we can have a line in intercept form. That is what we did, nothing else. Fine. Now tell me one thing. Since this is the profit line and we want to have a maximum profit, so your target would be to shift the profit line away from the origin.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And if you assume it in this manner, the corner point which the profit line meets at the farthest should be giving you the corresponding profit, because your profit is actually lying in this blue area. Am I right? The area in which
Yes, ma'am.
all the inequalities are being satisfied is the blue area. Correct. And if I draw the profit line away from the origin, then the point at which it is intersecting one of those corner points which is farthest from the origin should be giving you the corresponding profit.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, have you noticed that the slope of the profit line is the same as the slope of this line?
Huh. Uh,
Ma'am, can you please repeat the statement?
I'll be repeating everything for you.
yes, it's same.
I am asking, can you tell me what is the slope of, what about this line in intercept form? What about the slope of this line? That is, 10x plus 8y equal to 800 would be what? X by how much? X
8.
by 8 plus y by 10
10.
equal to 1. Right? So this implies the slope of this line is the same as the slope of the profit line.
Yes.
Am I clear with this?
And this main straight line is same as the slope of the profit line.
The slope of the straight line, that is 10x
Why is it
plus
x by 8 and y by 10? Be x by 80 and y by 100.
Yes, ma'am.
x by 80 and y by 100, whatever, I'm sorry. The slope of this line is the same as the slope of the profit line. Do you agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. They are parallel.
Yes, ma'am.
That implies when I will be translating the profit line away from the origin, a point will come where this line will intersect with this line. That would imply that every point that is going to lie on the line 10x plus 8y equal to 800 would be giving you the same maximum value.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That implies this particular problem will be having infinitely many solutions.
আরে ওসব বুঝতে দাও, প্রচুর ডায়লগ দেয় এখানে এসে, বুঝতে দাও।
Shubham Bhattacharya.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry. আমি মিউট আনমিউট ছিল।
তাহলে তো বাড়ির সব কথা আমি শুনে ফেলছি।
Sorry, ma'am.
Devdeep, are you there? Could you take a screenshot of the attendance list for the previous session? So tell me one thing, is this concept clear to you? That we can have infinitely many solutions?
Ma'am, I have a question. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, tell me what question.
Ma'am, the concept you just said, everything is happening because the slope is same, right?
Exactly.
But the slope is again same because you took z equal to 2000.
See, if whatever, even you had taken a number which is multiple of these two, because what I want is I want an intercept form so that plotting becomes easy. Am I right? So even
Yes,
if so even if you take some other value, which is the LCM, the multiple of both these numbers, you would be getting a line parallel to it only, nothing else.
okay, ma'am.
Exactly. Ekdom tai. Slope would always be the same. Acha. So the first problem that we did, we had a unique solution. The second problem that we did is having infinitely many solutions. Now, if I talk about what is a linear programming problem, if I write the general form of a linear programming problem, it is like optimize Z equal to, say, C1 x1 plus C2 x2 plus in this manner up to Cn xn. Why I'm writing optimize? Because the previous problems told you to maximize. You may encounter cases where the problem would be to minimize a certain function. Acha. Now comes the inequalities. In our language, we are going to call them as constraints, and we write as subject to, say, a11 x1 plus a12 x2 plus up to a1n xn less than equal to or greater than equal to b1, a21 x1 plus a22 x2 in a similar manner can be less than equal to or greater than equal to b2, carrying on, say, a m1 x1 plus a m2 x2 plus in this manner a mn xn again can be where this x1, x2 up to xn are all greater than equal to 0. Am I okay with this? This is the general form. Now, why it is a linear programming problem? It is linear because, as we can see, all the variables are raised to the power 1, and in none of the cases, the variables are multiplied with each other. Hence the name linear programming problem. Am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is x1, x2, this x1, x2 are said to be the decision variables. Achha. This C1, C2 up to Cn are known as the price parameter and this Aij are known as the activity parameter. Now what we can do is we can write down this particular linear programming problem as optimize in compact form Z equal to Cj xj, j runs from 1 to n, subject to Aij xj less than equal to greater than equal to bi. J goes from 1 to n and I can take values from 1 to m, and all those xj's are greater than equal to 0, where j will be 1 to n. Am I clear? The same problem is also represented just in a compact form. They are the same, just the difference lies in representation. Are we clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This, the first thing that I wrote is very important. This is said to be the, what we are to maximize or minimize is said to be the objective function. This is said to be the objective function. Now let me tell you one more thing. You know, the decision variables which satisfy the constraints that let me put it 1, let me put it 2, and let me put it 3. So what I'm trying to tell you is the decision variables that satisfy the constraints, that is satisfy 2, and the non-negativity condition, that is 3, are said to be the feasible solution. And the decision variables that satisfy the constraints and the non-negativity condition and further optimizes the objective function is said to be the optimal solution. Am I okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. We are already over time. It's 18 minutes past 1. I think we are going to meet again Friday, right? To resume with this point. Any doubt as of now? Any doubt as of now?
No, ma'am.
That's it then. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, attendance, how I will give?
Pranay, I won't give you the attendance. Why haven't you made the nomenclature accordingly?
Sorry, ma'am, from the next class, I will definitely.
Then you will get the attendance from next class.
Now I am doing, ma'am.
Steve has taken the screenshot and he will be sending to me. I'll give you the attendance accordingly. Okay. But from next class onwards, if you don't follow the nomenclature, I'll be marking you absent. That's all. Thank you.